Oh, 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 about to go live, live, live. Who's excited to see me go live right now? We're gonna do free Instagram audits. Just put your username in the chat. Who's fucking ready for some free Instagram audits? Oh, can I get some woohoos in the chat if you can hear me? What's up, Danny Dodge, Danny Stokes, Alice Tam, Kristen Casaletto? I see you, Esem, Heaven's Mechanic. How are ya? Do 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 do. Can I get a thumbs up in the chat? Okay, you guys can hear me. I'm so excited. Okay, I will let you see my face. And I will stop singing in the dark. What's up? How you doing? I'm in such a weird mood. Today has been such a clusterfuck. But that's okay, because Patreon was rude. Hi guys, what's up? Dina here, doing a free video. My audio might be not synced, but that's okay. Patreon took a poopy today. They took a big dump on my chest and on my bank account. It was awesome. I loved it. I love when YouTube takes a giant shit. It's my favorite. How is everyone? Today we were supposed to start. Today was the first day of my 30-day Instagram challenge course that is only available on Patreon. I was all set up. It was 50 students who were able to sign up. I went live. The tickets went on sale at noon today. Like, boom. Like, people were just like, let's do this, excited, signed up for it. And then and then the thing happened. The thing happened where Patreon had so many issues, like site maintenance issues, that I got a flood of messages and emails and all the things like, Dina, Patreon is down. I cannot sign up for your course. And I'm like, okay, that's great. That's not inconvenient to my life or bills at all. Thanks so much, Patreon. You're the best. Everything's working now. Hurrah. But just because so many people were left out in the cold, we are postponing the first class tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in that, you want to up your Instagram game, if you're an artist creative, you're ready to finally like make some fucking moves. I'm talking more than followers, because followers are meaningless. Money, that's success, right? Just because you have 100,000 followers does not mean you make $100,000. You want to be able to cater to an audience that will actually pay you. And I feel like a lot of artists make the mistake of only attracting other artists. So this course is really for people who are like, hey, I'd like to make my own products. How do I advertise that? Or I'm looking for clients and I want to do freelance full time. How do I manage that? How do I get those clients' attention? How do I track them? How can I pay my bills doing this thing that I love? That's the whole purpose. It's not like how to grow followers fast and use this app and give me your password and details. No, no, no. It's all very organic strategies. And this is a little bit out of the box thinking because the way an artist gets popular on social media is very different from how a lot of people do. So that's tomorrow. That's the class that's happening. But today, as you can see, we got Instagram open. We are doing free audits, as you heard Dina sing earlier. And we're pretty much anyone who comes into the chat, just leave me your username handle. You can't put links on YouTube. I don't know why. It's a rule. And I will go ahead and I review all of them. I will review all of them. So starting up with Kristen, she was the first person in the chat. I'm going in order. Very excited. Let's do this. Okay, so we're looking at Kristen Casaletto. I probably am like ruining your name, but that's all right. Let's make this as big as we can. I opened up Safari because it's less like crazy on my computer. So what's up, fellow Portlandian? All right, so I don't know you. You're a total stranger. I look at your Instagram. You're a person. Great. Your name has a first and a last name. Great. Moving on. I see your name repeated. Okay. Specializing in craft food. I'm not even looking at your art. Specializing in craft food and beverage packaging, branding, and illustration in Portland, Oregon. Really weird that there's two ands in the same sentence, but oh, let's slide. So you have your email, and then you have your website. Great. So this is telling me what you specialize in and that you're an illustrator or you do branding. So that's great. I feel like I'm getting a really good sense of what you offer. I personally am a big fan of when you like use emojis and like do like a list form. Like I think it would be a little bit better if it was like Kristen, illustrator and like like illustrator and branding in Portland, Oregon. Like illustration and branding in Portland, Oregon. Then it says specializing in craft food and beverage packaging. And then the only thing that's left is I'm missing your availability. When are you available now? Can I contact you? Should I contact you? Sometimes I personally like a nice call to action in a bio instead of just being like, oh, this is the thing you can click. Instead, I feel like you should just be like, I'm available now, or I'm booked this October, or now accepting clients, or click this link to see my portfolio, or click this link to get a, request a quote for me. So I think it could just be a bit beefed up just like a little bit. Also, people are talking to me on Discord. Hi. I'm gonna turn that off for now. I'm gonna put here now live, just so that way people in the class know. Cool. Close that for now, because it's all about the YouTube chat. Okay, so really just want to be able to establish who you are really quickly in your profile, because that's the first thing we see, right? Because if you see your work, like whether it's been reposted by another art page or maybe a friend, like someone tagged me in one of your posts and I'm looking at your profile, the first thing I'm going to do, click on your profile, I'm going to read your thing, and then I'm going to start scrolling. So it's really important that you have your first impression down pat. And also your profile picture, like it makes me think like, oh, this is a profile about a girl who likes the outdoors and she likes to do these things. Which is, great. I'm sure you do like going outside and that stuff, but it's a little confusing. Like I almost wish it was like a proper headshot. And also you have to keep in mind, like if you're looking for client work, which I think you are, because you're in craft food and beverage packaging, you want to seem like not like a robber. Like you want to seem like you're legit, and sometimes hiding your face on social media can kind of come off a little like sketchy to clients. So you always want to show a nice big shiny, I'm a person, look, you can identify me if I take all your money. Like it's important to have that if you're trying to get freelance work. And personally, I think if you're an independent freelancer of any kind, I think it is a better idea to always have a picture of your face as your profile picture where it's clear. You don't have to smile. You don't have to like look like you're a Vogue model, just whatever is true to yourself. I'm making a weird facial expression in mine. So I'm like this. This is my facial expression in my Instagram because I'm just so weird and cute. So I think that could be improved as well. All right, let's look at your work. I didn't even get to that point. Didn't even get it. Is it important to include additional personal info on your bio as well? Only if it relates to your business, because I'm assuming this is a business account. I mean, right now I think it's personal. Another thing is when you do change from a personal to business account, you can go ahead and have an email link, like an email button on your account versus someone having to copy and paste your email. And also that's like very amazing real estate that's being wasted because you can only have so many characters in your bio. So that's another little thing. Like I personally don't think it's important to be like mom of 3 or something like that, unless you are targeting a children's audience. Then I think it makes more sense and only helps you that you're a mom type of thing. So stuff like that I'm okay with, but it's something like coffee drinker. It's like, no one fucking cares. Like, you drink coffee. That's not going to be like a client's reason, like, oh, let me give her more money because she likes coffee like me. Like, I don't think so. So, yeah, it's personal right now, I figured. Yeah, up into a business account. You get analytics for the class if you're taking it with us, which I think you are. I haven't memorized everyone's name yet. I'm sorry. I don't know who's taking the class yet. We haven't even started the lecture. You want to be able to definitely upgrade it to business so that way you can see what's working, what's not. It's kind of hard to guess just by like, okay, 100 likes here, 70 likes there, that type of stuff. Okay, so moving on to Kristen's grid. I see you do lettering, illustration. I see some mock packaging, so saying that you specialize in food and beverage it makes sense to me since that's the kind of work you're showing. So first impression, like right here makes sense. Everything from here up, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. But I can tell that you just kind of switched from like a more personal to a business. And we've talked about this because we've hung out in real life. So I think you're doing a good job. Things that are personal pet peeves for me is I don't like to put like 2 images with a white background next to each other. I really like to use contrast and light. I think that's really important in Instagram. So that way it's like, if you had like this piece next to this black piece next to this white background piece, awesome. And if like, even if this picture right here was in the middle between these two, it would look so much more pleasing to the eye. So it's really like working on your composition, almost of like how you show your work in your portfolio. You always want to make sure you have like more simplistic illustrations next to more complicated illustrations. So that way they're not competing for each other. Okay, so that's what I think about the work. I would like to see more real life situations. Like this is really nice because it actually is like a mock-up on a bottle. So I really enjoy that. But these other pieces, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with just having an illustration because I know you're practicing because we've talked about it. It would be nice if you did a couple more mock-ups just to make it feel more real. And then let's just review your captions. Nothing is black and white. Okay, maybe some things. That's funny. She puts a little key. Like these are the black and white emojis. Some tips here. You have 30 opportunities to win the lottery when it comes to hashtags. So you might as well use all your lottery entries if they're free, right? So definitely always try to use more captions and tell me, and you missed out on a huge opportunity. Like, I don't really know what this piece means to you. I don't know why you made it. I don't know how you made it. There's no storytelling here. It just seems pretty like boring. Like, I wish I could connect with you. It's not enough anymore to have a good illustration. You have to have a good story around that illustration. And being able to write good captions is something we're exclusively talking about in lecture 2. So that'll be this Thursday. We'll be talking about that. All right, Kristen, you're done. That is your critique. You were the first critique of the day. I hope that was helpful. Got you excited about the course and some things you need to upgrade. It's gonna be awesome. What's up, Robin? Hi, I'm not very active on IG, but I run a Facebook group for bullet journaling, and I'm about to start a podcast about invisible illness. Wow, you seem very productive. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely get to you. Deleting coffee on my bio tonight. It's such a huge pet peeve. I hate when people say, I'm passionate and I like coffee, or like, I'm creative. It's like, no fucking shit, you're creative. Like, no, of course you're passionate about your job. What else is there? Every single time you write any piece of content that you're using as a business to attract people to give you money, every single sentence that you write, you have to think, why the fuck would someone care that you just wrote that? Not like your friend, not your mom, like a client. Every sentence needs to have importance. If like, oh, you didn't waste my time with that sentence. You're wasting people's time saying you're passionate and creative, like we all are. Tell me something else. What else you got, kid? Impress me. Show you gotta give me the good stuff. All right, let's go in order. So next up we have Natalie. These are the people who were waiting so patiently before the live stream. So you guys who are coming in now, you just have to wait. You just have to wait your turn. I'm sorry. This is what happens if you're a Patreon. If you're a patron, you just get first access and stuff. That's just how it works. Yeah, great advice. Makes sense. Oh my god, yay! All right, hello, Jake. What's up, everyone? You know it'd be great, computer, if you loaded Instagram for me. That would be super cool. Safari. This is what happens when I trust you. There we go. I just needed a refresh. Oh, look at this. Look at this grid. Isn't this pleasing to the eye, people? Look at this. This is an example of what an Instagram good looks like. That's a sentence. I love this. I love this so much. She's got a beautiful face. Look at this face. I want to throw money at this face. She's so stylish. Are those Cheetos in the background I see? My friend, my love, I relate to you already. You look cute. You got the snazzy glasses. You got the Cheetos. What is there not to love? Okay, I'm moving on. Got your name. Illustrator from Melbourne. This is what I'm talking about with like, you don't have to use emojis, guys. I know, like, especially if some dudes think it looks a little feminine. Whatever. I just think it's it's like, if you can decorate your bullets, why not decorate them? So Illustrator from Melbourne, nostalgic 80s and 90s style illustration. That's very specific. I love that. Let's work together. I might just change let's work together to hire me for a commission or hire me for X, Y, and Z specialty. That's the only thing I'm missing. Because you're telling me right now, like, what your subject matter is. Well, actually more what your aesthetic is, because 90s and 80s isn't a subject. It's a style. So that's great, but like, what do I hire you for? Is it editorial? Do I go to you for advertising? Am I coming to you for branding? Like, Kristen, are we talking about packaging? Do you do logo design? Like, I don't know what to hire you for. So that's the first thing. And then also, let's work together. I think it's better to put like now available. Like now available, now taking clients. Or like tell people how to get like a quote from you or where to go and that kind of thing. Okay. You got your own hashtag. That's cute. I might shorten it. Because like if your hashtag is the same thing as your... I feel like if you're going to have a hashtag, I feel like it needs to be different than your name, or else like what's the difference between someone like mentioning you versus tagging you? Like maybe you can come up with something cute. Something like kind of fun that isn't taken. That's what I did with like Babe Meme. Like Babe Meme was something. All right, we got click, shop, watch. So the only word in here that makes sense to me is shop. Watch is like, do you have videos? Click. I'm assuming it's products, but it just has a picture of a bag, and click. Like, that's not very informative. Like, what am I buying? Even though I could look here, I could do this, but... All right, so I click on your link tree. All right, so you have some sort of online store of products that I don't know what they are. You have a portfolio of work that I don't know what you offer. You make videos about, I don't know, and you write blogs about, I don't know, and you have a newsletter about I don't know. So think about that for a second. There's ways to make like these buttons more informative instead of just saying portfolio. Put like commercial editorial portfolio, apparel portfolio. Like, see how these words are like a little bit more like, oh, this is more relative to me versus me just like stabbing in the dark and all of these buttons that I have no idea what they are. Because remember, the majority of people who look at your profile the most and click on your link the most are the people who just follow you and have no idea who the fuck you are. So something definitely to keep in mind. Okay. I love your story highlights. They're so cute. They all match. It's just so cute. Like, it makes me want to click on it. Like, I'm like, oh, happy cuss. What's okay. Oh, happy customers. Oh, this is great. Oh, genius. Yep, love it. Bunch of cute stories. All right, let's get to your grid. Let's focus. Here's an illustration. Here's you doing a show where you look adorable. Here's a tattoo with a sticker. Temporary tattoo of a turkey. Awesome. Really cool business cards. Look how cool she is. It's like she was saved by the bell. Loving everything. All right, you have a nice mixture of illustration with like who you are. Like, look how fucking cute she is. This is not okay. I'm so jealous of your profile. Okay, so to improve it, one thing that I'm missing is I wish there was more product photography. Because if you have products like this is fucking nuts. Look how cute you are with your fucking profile. All right, I'm done. I'm done complimenting you. Things to improve. Okay. All right. So shiny and pretty. I'm focused. Okay. So like stuff like this, like I could tell you're taking pictures of like when you're doing shows and stuff. But I'd love to see like more professional shots taken of your products, as I'm sure you have like on your website and stuff. But the fact that I'm not seeing it here, I find confusing. Hey guys, come on over. Come on over. You can still put your usernames. We'll see how long this takes. All right, guys, if you want more tips, join the class. Join my class over on Patreon, guys. All right, let's, I'm gonna do something here. Something that I should have done from the beginning. All right, this is the link. If you guys want to sign up for my 30-day Instagram challenge, class starts tomorrow. There's still tons of spots left. Please. And we're gonna be going over a lot of the stuff that's much more personable. Okay. So yeah, I would like more product shots. And I think for your descriptions, like you're writing a little bit, which is kind of exciting to me. You could be using more hashtags. I could already, like, I like things like 90s nostalgia. Things like 80s and 90s might be a little bit too much of a competitive keyword. Anything that has over 1 million searches, just don't even fucking bother with those hashtags. Unless you already have like 100,000 followers, you're not going to rank unless you get extremely, extremely lucky. Which is unlikely. You'll go much further if you go for the more like medium to smaller community hashtags. If you're going to be relying on a hashtag strategy for outreach, which is another fancy marketing word for how people find you to follow you. What else can we look in here? A fun little advertisement for intimate waxing. Oh, okay. So if you're doing something that I like to do, if I'm doing like a client project, I like to make it really, really obvious that the pieces that I'm making are for the client and not just like personal work. Because sometimes if you're just looking at it at like at a glance, you can't always tell. So what I like to do is if I have a client project, I always use the client's logo in the image itself. So that way it's like, boom, this is client work. Someone like, look, everyone, look at my social proof. Come here. Come here. I have secrets. I have knowledge. Look, someone gave me money this one time. To do work for them. That means I'm more likely and more trustworthy than other people on Instagram, right? So it's just like, there's so many steps you have to take in order to alleviate risk in the client's eye or the consumer's eye if you're more of a product-based kind of person. So something that I think would have been cool. Ooh, and you're smart too. She's got like the pink gradient on the bottom of these 3 images with the pink gradient on top. I like that you're thinking about that. All right. I think, yes, I would love if you wrote this much every time. My little trick to captions is I always, so it hides everything, right? After like 2 or 3 lines on Instagram. So what I like to do is I treat that as almost like a clickbait title. Like almost like the same thing you would do if you're making videos or if you're writing an article, because that's like people need, that's all they get. And Instagram counts it as an extra engagement when someone clicks that read more kind of like little button that shows up on the app. So it's definitely in your best favor to think a little bit more like it's a heading. So that way it's like, it makes someone want to read more. That's really important. Cause I find if we just go like, we're sending a text message, which is typically how the majority of us think to write captions, which is actually totally wrong. It's more like writing a newsletter than anything like that. Every newsletter has a subject line, right? You get the email, there's a subject line, and depending on what that subject line says, depends on if you click on it. It's the same thing for Instagram. So that's just, that might help you. And that way you'll get more interactions. And if you get more interactions, you get more engagement, and then the algorithm likes you more, and then they're more likely to show your content to other people. All right, that's it for you, Natalie. Natalie. I was like, Natalie? No, Dini, I think you said it right. I know you're a student. I'm excited to work with you this month. It's going to be so fun. I like your style. Me and you could be like sisters from another mister, which is very cool. Bevs and snacks, yeah. Okay, now we're on to Heather Made That. And keep in mind, if you guys missed your critique, I'm not doing it again. You just gotta go back and check it out. All right, Heather. Heather Made That. Ooh, Heather. See, look at Heather showing her sexy schmexy face. All right, Heather Made That. Just Heather. Okay, a little weird that you don't give me your full name. Illustrator, UX, UI designer, maker of things, Austin, Texas. Okay, so things that I like. Illustrator, UX, UI, Austin. These are all important pieces of information. You definitely should provide your first and last name. So that way, again, it's just another trustworthy thing. I find it very strange and very funny that when I'm like looking to hire illustrators a few times, I'll go to their website. They don't give their full name on their website. That is so weird to me. Like, hi, I'm Angie. Like, no, give me your fucking name. Like, if you have a resume, I know what your last name is. Give me your name. I want to know you're a person. I want to be able to look you up, man. Googling someone is actually one of the first 3 things any potential employer does before they hire any freelancer. So make it easier on them to Google you. Okay, so maker of things. I don't like those things. I don't like when people say that. I'm a maker of things. I'm a drawer of things. I hate all these things because they're not descriptive. You have so many more characters left over in this bio, so like write more. So I would love your full name. Definitely say where you're from. That's going to help you with anyone who might be in your area that might want to work with you. Being an illustrator and a UX UI designer are kind of like they can go together, but I'm not really seeing any UX UI design in your grid. So I'm assuming that's your day job. So just go ahead and say that. Just be like UX UI designer by day, illustrator by night, and then give me some sort of call to action. Do you want me to, I'm assuming you want me to click on that user on your website. What am I going to find there? Am I signing up for your newsletter? Am I filling out a quote to get a price from you to work together? Am I looking at your portfolio? Like, what's the purpose of it? Like, make it really easy for me to understand. Okay, now we're looking at your grid. What's this? How come you have the same thing twice? What is this? Reddit gets drawn user. What? Okay, so I don't know what this means. So Reddit gets drawn user. I'm assuming this is like a community thing, but when you're just this unspecific, like give me more information. Like, what is this for? Why did you make it? Why did you make it twice? And just assume that like anything you talk about, any apps you use, any websites you visit, other people have no idea what those places are. So just always assume that. I hate to say things like, oh, just pretend everyone's stupid, but just pretend that everyone is naive and they don't know what you're talking about. Because when you talk to people and you talk over their head, that makes them feel kind of like ignored and kind of stepped on. Because they're like, oh, I guess I guess since I don't know what you're talking about, I shouldn't be a part of your community. And that's a shame, right? So I definitely want more inclusive kind of content that just, even if it over explains a little bit, that's fine. Repeat yourself. The engagement rate on Instagram is so low anyways, it doesn't even fucking matter. Okay, let's look at more. I like that you have a process shot. That's kind of cool. It's kind of far away, like I wish it was closer, but I know that you're trying to get a little bit of your, probably trying to get that background. Aw, over the weekend I binge watched Letter Shop. I swear to God I didn't know that this was the post before I clicked on it. And I was inspired to give this piece more attention. Aw, I totally forgot that I saw that before. Okay, so like these dog portraits, 2 in one day. This is Brudux from Reddit Gets Drawn. I don't know what this is. What is Reddit? Is that like people like upload things that they want drawn and then you draw it? Yeah, so I just want more context. Especially if you're doing traditional artwork, tell me how you made it, always. Always. Even if you use the same freaking materials in every single piece that you make, always at the bottom, like, just give me the materials, or use the materials in the hashtags at least. So, like, if it's a watercolor painting, then use all the watercolor hashtags. If it's a gouache painting, a bunch of gouache hashtags, so on and so forth. And again, use all the hashtags. And you need to draw more. You need to draw more, you need to write more, you need to use more hashtags. I want to see more process pictures. I want to see more pictures of you in action. I want to see more pictures of your workspace. I want to connect with you. I feel like there's no personality here. You're just drawing things with no background. Consistency looks okay, but I just want more. Like, I still don't know, like, what this is. Are you just practicing right now? Are you trying to get paid? Like, make it clear for me. So that way I'm like, oh, I get it. Yay, Heather. I want to be Heather's friend on the internet. And just be like super, like, yes, I get it. Just excited about it. Like, I'm a really big fan of things like, oh, here's a pattern, and then here's a piece, and then here's a process shot. That looks so nice together. Like, these 2 rows I'm, like, obsessed with. Because they're, like, a really nice use of, like, here's a picture of me drawing it. Here's the static image. Here's a different kind of image with more detail in it. It's just, again, you want to think of contrast not so much as like, oh, this is a darker photo next to a lighter photo, but more about like, is one thing busy than the other? Is one thing a different composition than the other? Is everything center focus? Is everything rainbow on this row? Just, you want to be thinking in terms of like checkerboarding your stuff together a little bit better. I'm Heather. My website is UX Portfolio. Instagram is illustration. I'm leaning more towards illustration now, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. I don't know. The good thing about Instagram is you can change it whenever you want. People evolve all the time, especially when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. You change a lot. I'm assuming people in their 50s are like, I'm done. like, I'm the person I am. That's what my mom told me anyways. But you change so much, so it makes sense that your Instagram evolves with you. So never be afraid to like, oh, I'm going to go from UX to illustration. I'm going to go from this. Yes, you will lose followers because you break an expectation, but especially if it's like you have less than 500 followers and you decide to change your niche, fuck it. Like, who cares? Just do it anyways. Do the work that's going to make you happy, and then you'll easily be able to find the community that's attracted to that, because believe it or not, you can tell when someone actually enjoys what they're doing on the internet. You can shows in their face, it shows in their work, it shows on like what they post. You can just tell when it feels forced and when it comes off natural, I think. Or you can tell the people who are like, this was one of 3,000 photos I took of myself this morning. Do I look happy enough at my photo? Like, you can always tell, I feel like. Loving all the tips. Hey, I'm 50 and still evolving. Nick, hey! I was waiting for someone to say it, like, no, I'm still growing as a woman. Your mom was wrong. You were wrong. I'm going in order, guys. So if you're just giving me your username now, you're gonna have to wait. All right, so now I'm at Noelle's. First come, first serve, baby. All right, Noelle, she signed up for the class, so she will be with me and the other students starting tomorrow's lecture. Again, here is the link. Oh, just kidding. I have to give you the link again. If you guys want to sign up to the course, please at least look at it. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, Noelle, let's look at you. Cute fucking illustration of her face. Love it. Okay, Noelle. I would love a last name, and I would love a capital in your first name as well. You're an Atlanta-based artist. Photo G. Oh, you're a photographer. Just write photographer. That made my 30-year-old brain like hurt a little. Like I know I'm still young, but I'm like, oh, why didn't she just write the whole word? Like, stop it. Why are millennials so lazy? And you just get all like, no. All right, cyclists. Don't write that. Gym rat. Plant collector. Okay, hold on. I want to see if you have any pictures of you cycling, anything of the gym, or anything about plants. Okay, I see some plants. Plants, all right. I see illustrations of plants. I see plants in the background. This makes sense to me. Plants seems okay. Where's the gym at? Oh, there's a girl. Oh, there's some cycling. This is the cutest photo. Look at you. You're a model. I love it. Look at your booty. Yes. Post that all day. Okay, sorry. I get really excited when women love their bodies. Okay. All right. I accept cyclists. Gym rat, I don't think it's necessary. It really depends on your demographic. If you are looking for client work, I really, really don't think you should put those kind of like interests in your bio unless you do artwork around those things. I see that you do artwork around cycling and you do draw a lot of plants, so like I'm okay with it. Typically, if you're selling to consumers to buy your products, it's less about your art and more about you as a person. But when you're trying to attract clients, it's obviously much more about the work than it is about your personality. And just the way that you advertise yourself is just completely different. So I'm not really sure which one you're going for. If you're going for like personal commissions, that's again more consumers. If you're going for commercial client work, then maybe think about removing that and replacing it with like more of the services that you offer. Like I offer editorial illustration, I offer cartoon panels, whatever. So that way I know exactly what to hire you for. I do like celebrating strong, weird, beautiful. Celebrating strong, plus weird, plus beautiful through illustration. I feel like this is supposed to say like celebrating strong, weird, beautiful women. I feel like I'm missing like the word after beautiful through illustration. But other than that, like dogs, people, things, animals, insects. I think that would be better. Linktree. Cool. I love it. See? Shop, paintings, and prints. Yes. Yes! Thank you. I know what I'm going to click on when I click on it. Latest blog post. Oh my god, Noelle. Did you just change these? Did you just change these based on what I told you? You are so great. Yes, I love this. Instead of being like, oh, here's my blog, like, oh, it's latest blog post talent. That's way better. News, inspiration, freebie, subscribe to my newsletter. Yes! I'm so excited about these stupid buttons. All right. And then join me on Pinterest, self-explanatory. All right. Let's get into the work. Let's dive in. We got some bugs. We got some dude in the ABC logo for some reason. We have this lady. She needs a new ceiling. You got names. Here's a painting. Lady, painting, more painting. Sketchbook. Great. Very obvious that you're an artist. Let's see if you got game. Let's say if you got caption game. Last night, I woke up screaming. Oh my god, I'm so interested because I felt a little creepy crawler on my freaking face. Ah, this is the second time there's been a cockroach on my head. That's great. This is the best. I love it. This is a great caption. I was immediately reeled in the second I was reading it. That was great. Okay, next. Oh, look how long this is. I immediately already know I like it. I'm not even going to read it. Okay, what about this one? Please tell me there's a story. This week has been hard. I drew this sitting outside while having a small meltdown. Yeah, okay. I love okay, you're not going to mess up. I can just tell. You're just on it. Throw back to this little 11 by 14 oil panel. Okay, this is something that people do a lot. So when you hear something like, oh, artists have to post every single day on Instagram, like, what? That's crazy. That's too many things. What? Okay, so chill. There's things you can do to make it easier. You can, obviously when you make original work, you post it. You can repost old work because less than 10% of your following sees your posts. So by that logic, you could post something, literally the same fucking image, 10 different times, and your whole audience still have no idea that you fucking made that or anything about it. Welcome to social media. You also post things like lifestyle photography. You show process shots. You can show mock-ups. Like instead of just showing the print again, you could show that print hung up by using something like Creative Market and downloading a couple mock-ups. There's lots of options. But when you are reposting art, never say things like throwback to this or I'm reposting this again. Because for a lot of people, especially new followers, they may have never fucking seen this before. So just find a new opportunity to tell a story with it. Whether it's like, hey, look how much my skills have grown since I posted this last. Or like, just tell me I need a story. Don't just be like, oh, this is, Throwback Thursday. Like, give me some oomph. Make me feel like I want to be your best friend with every post. This is a cute giveaway picture. I love it. You went right for the call to action. That's great. Great color scheme. I think the main thing we're going to work on with you is just kind of refining your captions, gaining your confidence up a little bit. You're very confident. Going ahead and actually figuring out what your outreach strategy is going to be and how you're going to actually retain followers and actually try to lose the followers you don't want on purpose. Just something we're going to be doing, which I think is super important, that you guys really like figure out what your niche is and who you're trying to attract, and then make a post on purpose that is so niche that only the people that you want following you are going to love it, and then the people who just are not interested will just unfollow you. This is actually a good thing. When people unfollow you, it's actually really, really great, because the people who are unfollowing you, they're one of two people. One, they see your post in your feed, they don't even remember who the fuck you are. Their only reason they're seeing your post is because Instagram's taking a chance to see if they're interested in your work. You unfollow them, and now, great, an unengaged user was just removed. That's amazing. That means all of the engaged people will continue to see your work, and you have less competition for those people who are actually interested in what you have to say. This is why things like the algorithm are actually in your favor. Yes, it's way harder to get the dopamine and the good feelings and to feel validated on Instagram. I totally agree. But as a business person, I like the fact that Instagram is only showing the people who are most likely to give me money my content. It's like having a newsletter, for example. Like if I have MailChimp, for example, I love saying for example, that charges me based on how many subscribers I have. So when I send out an email, I pay for every single person who's subscribed. So that means that all those people that didn't click on it, didn't open it, I'm paying for them for no reason. So I'm really only interested in the people who are more likely to click on my emails in the first place, to be like an interest party in my brand. So the same logic applies to Instagram or any other platform. When you lose a follower, when you lose a subscriber, it's a good thing. Because one less person that what probably wasn't right for you anyways, right? It's like what people say when like a guy breaks up with you, or you get dumped or something like that. It's like, oh, it's more fish in the sea. The same thing goes for followers. Like, don't worry about it. You'll get more, and they'll be more likely to get you paid. And that's what you have to think about it, because Instagram is an advertising channel. It's not just a platform to feel good, unfortunately. If you're doing it right, success isn't measured by followers. It's measured by, like, money. It's really happiness, right? Okay. What is this? What is this landing page? Creatures would be good, Haley. I like it. Yeah. Oh, it's from Linktree, yeah. Thank you guys for answering questions when I'm like on a advice train. Your feedback on captions are the best. Guilty of using the throwback caption, doing it wrong. That's okay. All right, now we're going to move on to Silentums. I'm probably going to have to open my door because it's getting very hot in here, because Dina is talking up a storm and she ain't going to stop. Oh my God, this is the cutest thing. I didn't even know what it was at first. I was just like, pretty. Like, my brain just went shiny. Celebrate the middle of the week with a bouquet of flowers. I have a small tradition in my home. This is cute. This is a cute post. Okay. All right, so we got photography. Is this you? Art director, content creator, motion, I'm assuming. Just want to make sure. I typed this. That's literally your username. Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, just because I saw photography, so I was like a little thrown off for a loop. Okay, you have great staging. Like, look at this. This looks like professional. You're showing me some of your lettering work. God, this is such a beautiful Instagram. And I do know that, like, typically art directors are much more likely to post photography. This is really, I always thought it was really interesting. They're more likely to post photography than they are design in their profiles. So this is a good example of, I don't really know what you want. You have a colorful lifestyle, which definitely shows in your grid. You tell me all the jobs that you have. And I personally am not a big fan of the word content creator because it's really fucking vague. Like, I would much prefer artist or illustrator or something like that, or blogger. Like, how are you a creative person? How do you make content? Is it videos? Is it photography? Are they illustrations? Like, give me the information that I need. You're a travel addict. I don't know what that means. If you make art and want to get hired to do illustrations for the travel industry, then I'm like, right on. That makes sense. Or if it's something like you do mural installations and you're willing to travel to get those jobs, that makes sense as well. Saying where you're located, awesome. Speaking 5 languages, that's pretty impressive. I would prefer if you just wrote the languages, like I speak blank, 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 and blank. So that way, as a user, I know beforehand what language you speak and whether or not I can DM you and reach out to you, which is only going to help you. Let's check out this weird link. Oh, that's not good. All right, so that went to a 404 page. Just a heads up. Your link goes to a 404 page. I'm prepared to get ripped apart. I can't wait to start the class. Me too. The class is going to be great, guys. I'm honest, but I don't think like I'm mean. I don't want to make you feel bad. I just want to call out the things that would confuse me as a user and like give you ideas on how to improve it, right? Okay, so I still don't know what you offer. Like, do you do hand lettering? Do you do graphic design? Do you do illustration? I don't know what you offer. So my recent lettering practice that I've made a part of my lettering classes that I have made as part of my lettering classes. Okay. I would love to hear more of the story behind this, especially since it's in a different language. I would really love just a little bit more about like what does that say? Was there a theme? Are they names? I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like anytime you're writing a caption, it's who, what, when, where, how. Just like 2nd grade writing a story. It's really the same thing. These are such pretty photos. I just wish there was more art in it. That's my only thing. That's the biggest issue. Like these pieces of photography are so good. So if they were sandwiched with illustrations where it was like photography, illustration, I would be drooling over your account and I would instantly follow you. Because it's like, I like good photography as much as the next person. I love to see where people are doing, where they're at, the most beautiful places where they live. Because it's not just about the person's art, it's about the artist behind the art. Especially, again, if you're selling products. So that's what I have to say about that. All right. Who is next? Okay, we got Heaven's Mechanic. I got you. I see you. Let's do this. I'm excited. Heaven's Mechanic. Oh, yeah, I talked to you. What's up, dude? It's funny because I'm going back and forth between the chats. I'm like, go all the way up, go all the way down. Okay. There's still time. Yeah, for sure, Belinda. I already know that I need to improve my caption writing. Okay, right off the bat, I hate this. I hate when it's just blank. Jesus. It's fucking great. Okay. That's just a perfect example of that you need to select the cover with your video. I've done it before too, but when I do it on accident, I always like have to archive the post and I have to re-upload it. So when you upload a video, you have the option to edit it, like with filters, just like you can photos. But on the right side, on the bottom, there's this thing that says choose cover. You click it, you go through it, and then that way you show like a scene that's the most visually engaging in your grid. I think the same thing if it's a blank piece of paper, the beginning of a canvas, the beginning of a time lapse, all the things. It used to be when time lapses were like a cool new thing that if you left it blank, it was more enticing for people to look at it. Now it's the opposite. Like you want to show the piece finished or the most beautiful still from like all the frames that you did. Okay, I just had to get out of the way because that's like a huge pet peeve. Okay, all right. Jessica's just like, I don't have that much on my page since I started my 2nd account for my illustration. That's okay. I can judge with 1 post. That's all I need. I need 1 post to judge you. That's it. Loud as fuck. Yeah, sorry about that, headphone users. I'll make sure my desktop audio is turned down super low next time. You run into this problem posting where it doesn't take the cover. Yeah, if that happens, just delete it and keep doing it until it works. Sometimes if that does happen where you do, because that's happened to me before too, either A, use another device to upload it. Like I have an iPad and I have a phone, and then I have my boyfriend's phone. So if that happens to me, it's usually a device problem, and I'll just use my boyfriend's phone to upload it. Or I'll just repost it because it just didn't take. So one of those two usually works. Or you just turn your phone off and back on again, right? IT crowd style. Super cool though. Awesome. Oh, so Instagram isn't letting you capture the cover? Yeah, sometimes it does that. It's kind of annoying. Oh my god, Dina, I love you. I love you back. Okay, back to Heaven's Mechanic. Okay, issue. I talked to you on Instagram during DM videos. I'm trying to remember. You do animation. You do these like really cool shorts. You're just trying to get more views and followers on YouTube. Yes, that was your goal. I remember. Okay, so it really depends. If there's like a team of people, I'm so conflicted because like if Heaven's Mechanic is a team of people, then I think the profile pic should be like a logo or something. But if this is just you and it's just you doing all the work, then I think it's fine to have a picture of yourself, maybe a slightly less creepy one. I'm sorry, all white men everywhere that are over 30, you have to be really careful how you take pictures as your profile picture. So many men have ruined this for you, and I'm so sorry. You have to try to look as non-creepy as fuck as possible to make sure that that doesn't hurt your chances of getting followers. I know it sucks. There's a lot of pervy dudes out there. I'm not saying you're a pervy dude. I'm sure you're a fine young man. But you just need to be like, we want to be able to take like a photo in like a nice, like well-lit room. This profile picture, like all I'm looking at is the stain that's right here, like in your ceiling. It makes me like worried that there's like asbestos, you're gonna die soon. It's very concerning. It's very Halloween-y. Maybe that's what you're going for. I don't know. So all I see is a stain. So maybe just take like a normal photo of like you smiling and just looking nice and like non-threatening. I think would be great because you're a cool guy. I've talked to you before. But this picture isn't the best. It's not the best. Sort of a team, mostly me. Okay. Why didn't I know that a couple days ago my phone didn't let me choose a cover? Maria, you're learning so much already. Okay. This is trying to update this before Dina gets to me. I just saw that. That's great. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Come here. All right. Animating, teaching animation. Sorry, I just hate when like the word is repeated. You could always just say animator teaching everything I know, animator teaching how to do motion in XYZ platform. Like you could be a little bit more descriptive to people that don't draw or animate. You use 3 different versions of the same word in the same sentence, dude. Come on. Come on. I know you probably like edited this in a hurry because you knew I'd be looking at it, but still. So yeah, I just would mention, like, check out our animations on YouTube. That's great. Just notice that when you are doing the bio, you can hit the return key on your phone, and then that you could just move it to the next line versus just using the lightning bolts. So that way it looks really good on phone and on desktop. Okay. All right. Let's go to your YouTube. Ooh, that's a cool banner. I like it. Here, I'm going to subscribe to you. Boom! Motherfucking 110. If you guys would like to subscribe, there's his link. Getting subscribers on YouTube is so hard. That's why I'm like, go to this link. Follow this person. Okay, now I'm gonna judge your work. Great. All right, I've turned down my music, you guys. It's on negative 40 decibels. All right. This is great. What the fuck? What? This is blowing my mind! What? Oh my god, am I on drugs? This is so great. Holy shit. Did not just, what? How do you not have more followers? That's so cool. All right. Okay. I'm not crying a little bit. That fucking was amazing. I'm not even stoned right now. That's great. You're great. You're gonna do great on, okay. I'm excited for you. Okay. I didn't read the description. I'm developing a speed drawing addiction. Yes, do more speed drawings, my friend. I think I'm just posting these things on Instagram so I can watch them and repeat on my phone while I'm driving. They're fun to do. You're so cute. Look at you. Look at you. Okay. Again, same thing with the captions. Always try to do like a nice headline, like a nice title for that first 2 sentences, because again, you want to try to get people's attention and hit that read more link. That's really, really helpful. Although this reads very funny and authentic, so I do appreciate that. Okay, never use the hashtag video. It'll never rank, or hashtag art. They're way, way too way too competitive. But what you could have done is, for example, there are plenty of curated pages out there that have a very specific niche. One of those niches being actually skulls. So instead of you writing hashtag skulls, I know of at least 3 different art accounts that just exclusively post illustrations and videos and animations of things with skulls in them. So next time you're trying to look for hashtags, don't just think of like the blatant like hashtag art, hashtag illustration, hashtag video. But instead, try to pinpoint the subject matter, the tone, the style, the color theory that's involved in your artwork, and try to find communities that post that work. Like, for example, pink. Pink is a popular color, right? I like pink. It looks good on everything. Shut up. Don't. I don't want to hear it. Pink's great. Okay, I'm glad that you conceded. Okay, cool. So there's like lots of curated pages that will only post things that are just all pink, regardless if it's an illustration page or a fucking fashion design page or whatever. So just things to keep in mind that you're more likely to rank for and get reposted. Because hashtags for me in this strategy, you're not going to like this. You're going to be like, what? Hashtags actually don't really work anymore in terms of getting followers. Ooh. Don't be mad. But what it does do is it attracts curated pages so that way they can repost your work. Reposting your artwork is the only really good way to grow a lot of followers in a short amount of time. Hashtags don't work. Unless you're like featured on podcasts or you're doing like convention circuits or something like that, it's very unlikely that hashtags are going to do anything for you. It's like trying to win the lottery, and getting on the Explore page is harder than ever. So I think you should always use hashtags, but just rethink your strategy around what hashtags you use. Less competitive, more community-based. Okay, let's look at least one more. Let's do one more, guys. This is fun. Okay, what is this gonna be? Huh? What is this mad heavens mechanic gonna fucking do to our brain holes? Let's look. Let's wait. I'm excited. Oh, it's sunny? Oh, this is great. Oh, it's a flower. Oh, it's blooming. Oh, there's a sky now. Oh no, shit, he's upset. Where'd the flower go? There's aliens. Oh, there's a cat man. He's coming out of, oh, he's so cool. Look at this coolest, sexiest alien I've ever seen. What? Oh, he found a friend. Oh, this is great. I enjoy these so much. I think it's because of how simple they are. But the fact that you're like speed drawing them is the shit. Okay, yeah, so better hashtag outreach strategy. You know the thing about the captions, and you know the thing about that profile though. Pink for life. Yeah, more animations. MS Paint, I know. You're making these in MS Paint though, right? I feel like if these are all legit made in MS Paint, you have to say that. You have to say that they're made with MS Paint, because that is so fucking retro and so nerdy, and it makes it so much more interesting to me as a follower, as a subscriber to your YouTube. I'm loving Dina's commentary on these videos. You just wait until we can have a whole month together, just me and you and 50 other people, if I can get that many subscribers. I currently only have 15 students out of 50 for my class, you guys. So if you would like more of this commentary, definitely click on this link. I'm not upset. Too creepy. It's not creepy. You're fine. Your profile picture is a little creepy. Not too creepy, but hey, I like creepy stuff. I liked it. I think it's great. Okay, moving on. Been using MS Paint challenge. Oh, dude, you have to add MS Paint to your profile. End of discussion. I'm done. I'm done with you. Do what I tell you. No, I think it'll make it, to me, that's more interesting as a designer to know that. It's like, oh, he's not using fancy programs. He's literally using fucking MS Paint. That's just great. I think it makes it better. All right, next up we have Esom. What's up? We're doing you today. Oh, this is so pleasant. I feel like I miss the background noise now, guys. I'm like upset about it that it's gone. I don't have these like awesome animations to make my stream more interesting. Holla. All right, let's look at, this is really great. All right, I need to drink more coffee. My throat is starting to hurt from like all the screaming and excitement. Robin, yes, creepy is cool, not just because it's currently October. Okay, all right, Isam, you have your name. Something that might be a good idea is because your name is something like white people like me can't pronounce. Just kidding, I'm Hispanic, but white pants thing. Anyways, it's nice to put like phonetically how to say your name, so that way like when you have like phone calls with clients or something like that, you don't have that like awkward moment. They're like saying your name wrong and then you have to correct them. People still go Dinah. Is your name Dinah? I'm like, do you say Tina? Do you say Gina? No, you don't. You say Tina and Gina. So why do you say Dinah? Why do you think my parents would name me something with the word die in it? No, it's Dina. Damn it. Rodriguez. It's such a popular last name. Most people know how to spell it and say it. But if there's something slightly off about your name, people will fuck it up. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Illustrator, designer based in Istanbul. Contact. Okay. Again, I can tell this is a personal Instagram. Update that shit to business. All you have to do that is you just make a Facebook business page. You don't have to post on the Facebook if you don't want to. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. See? And, but sometimes you have to do what you gotta do in order to get really cool analytics for your Instagram. It's free and you get more information. It's super helpful. And you're able to use things like have an email button. So that way you don't have to waste, again, real estate on your bio, on your email, which is great. Okay. Again, I don't know what services you offer. I think your work would look really great for things like cards, editorial design, character design. But because you're not using any of those words in your bio, I'm just guessing, and I shouldn't have to guess. Okay. Another thing is I am a fan of you using a picture of yourself. So maybe if you use more of like a warm tone picture of yourself, you could even do something like take a picture of yourself, print it out, cut it. Oh shit, we're going crazy. We're being nuts. You're gonna cut it out and then do a painting in the background, because I see that you like to work with paint, and put like little mushrooms or flowers or whatever your heart desires like around it. So that way it has that illustration part of it. So it's very clear that you're an artist, but also, hey, I'm also a reputable fucking professional. This is what I look like. I'm not gonna run away with your money. Okay, let's look at some of these posts. Aw, what? Oh, come on. I'm so mad at this. Okay, all right. All right, Sabrina Spellman for Inktober day 1. Okay, there's a kind of like a format to Inktober. You typically want to go 0, 1 out of 31. So that way people, like if you're going to be posting a new piece every day, there's an expectation. Also, I want to know what materials you used, why you chose Sabrina. You say you're following Lady K Buzz. That's the prompt list. Okay, hopefully there will be some witches I'm not familiar with them. Okay, Inktober, again, we don't want to attract just other artists for Inktober, even though that's probably going to be a majority of the people who look at your stuff if you are doing Inktober. But what you want to be attracting is people to pay you money, which typically aren't artists. Artists don't pay other artists for commissions for the most part, unless they're in like a completely different subject matter or medium than you. Like I've worked with other illustrators because I'm a hand lettering artist. That works. But for the most part, they don't pay you. So I want to know like more about why you chose this challenge, why you chose Sabrina, because I'm guessing you had a prompt. You talk about the hashtag from the prompt list, but you don't tell me what exactly the prompt list said. Did it just said witch? Did it say Sabrina specifically? Like, give me all the information. And this for like a title doesn't work very well. I think you could do a little bit better, and especially using some like fun witchy emojis and stuff. Like, go for it. And then again, use more hashtags. Don't use hashtag drawing, illustration, or painting ever. You'll never rank for it. Sabrina Spellman, maybe. Sabrina, maybe. Witchtober, maybe. Inktober, 2008, I sure hope so. Or else you wouldn't be doing it, right? But there's definitely more things you could have used, like teenage witch hashtags, that kind of thing. I think would have been really cool. All right, let's look at another one a little bit further down. Let's look at this dude. This is such a great process shot. I really enjoy it. This is a huge mistake. You definitely just can't put an emoji and a bunch of hashtags. Even if it's something you've posted before, which I know you did like the day before. It's just, you have to remember that people are looking at your profile in 2 different ways. One, they're going to your bio. They're going to your profile. They're looking at exactly what I'm looking at right now. But for the most part, they're only seeing that image pop up in their feed. They don't know that you posted about this before. They have no idea what the fuck this is. Again, Instagram could be showing other people your content that have no idea what you posted yesterday, last week, last month, and it's just Instagram kind of throwing out a lifeline, being like, hey, you still interested over here? You still want to look at this girl's stuff, huh? And if you're like leaving it to chance and you're not being more descriptive with what you're saying, then you just missed out on a follower that's just going to unfollow you, or you're not going to get as much engagement. And again, anything where you confuse people, they tend to get up mad. And they're like, why the fuck doesn't, I guess I can't follow her because I literally can't follow what she's doing, right? So things to keep in mind. And I have no problem repeating myself on a lot of this stuff because there's this rule, right? That you have to like hear something 7 times in order to remember it. Yay! Repetition. Okay, so that seems to be something you're doing often in your hashtags. I will say that I do like a good mixture of photography and illustration work, and I like that you're showing off that you do work traditionally by actually showing it like on a piece of paper with pencils in the background. That's great. That's really informative. Because I think a big issue that a lot of illustrators have is that they don't show the value behind their work. Like, I've been to people's profiles where literally they never show process, they never show a picture of themselves, they only show static images. To someone who isn't a part of the art world, from someone who's never hired a freelancer, from someone who more likely does not have the skills that you possess and is more likely to hire you, they have no idea how much time this takes. They don't know the value of art. You make it look so effortless and easy. So of course there's going to be people out there that are going to be like $20, $50. They're not going to understand. But things that artists can do is they can talk more about process. They can show process. They can actually say like, this took 3 fucking weeks to make, this 2 weeks. But we don't talk about that stuff. We are so consumed with trying to make our life look good and easy and relatable that we forget that we're actually hurting ourselves by doing that. If you're just more real and honest and actually talk about like what it takes to make stuff and how hard you fucking work and the challenges that come up and all the failures you're going to experience, not only is that relatable as fuck, but it's also super informational and it's going to help clients realize your actual value instead of you feeling like you have to prove it to them every fucking time you get a new client inquiry, which you kind of do have to do anyways, but hopefully by the time you're getting client work, you've already put in the time to establish your value both visually on Instagram and other social media advertising platforms, but also on your own website with content and experience and testimonials and all the things. So are we starting to see the light of all the things we're going to be covering in this course that's going to be coming up starting tomorrow? It's starting tomorrow. It's starting tomorrow. Please come to my class. Please. I've been working on this course for 6 months. I've spent at least $3 grand on different courses that I've personally taken. And just to find out that they're all bullshit and they all say the same thing. Like, oh, you just gotta use better hashtags. Like, no. Just the whole way artists are even making content now is just totally fucked. Like, we're so consumed with what other people will like and what will be popular and like following other people's prompts. I personally think prompts or killing artists. Things that are like, okay, everybody write this phrase today, or everybody do this challenge. That is just making you blend in with the rest of the other artists. That isn't going to help you stand out. It's just like on Christmas, for example, and you follow a bunch of hand lettering artists. I'm going on a fucking tantrum. Just let me do this. You're on Instagram. You're going to see a bunch of things. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Welcome to the new year. It's like fucking Hallmark just threw up in your Instagram. It's gross. Nothing's going to capture your attention. But if someone's like, fuck Christmas, let's get drunk for New Year's, or something like that, then I'm like, okay, that grabs my attention. That's different. That's funny, or it's more edgy, or whatever. So I think anytime there is a prompt or something that you're following, you always try to do something that's outside of the box. And I know how annoying it is to hear that. Make it pop. Make the logo bigger. Like, I get it. But it's fucking important. Especially since the majority of the people you follow are other artists. It makes sense that right now, more than likely, the majority of your following are other artists. So why are you doing the same things that they're doing and then still complaining that you're not growing? Literally not growing followers. Literally not growing, like, Benjamins in your bank account. Not growing fucking period. Because you're too busy doing what everyone else is doing instead of stopping to think what's going to make the most sense for you, your career, and how you can best support yourself and your family. Okay, next person. Can you tell I'm excited and passionate about this stuff? Yeah. I hate prompts. Me too. I'm not a fan. Okay. Not to like dog your Inktober stuff, just saying like if you're going to do a challenge, do something that's really outside the box. I mean, I totally get it. Sometimes it's just hard to come up with like what to draw, but that's the most important part of being an artist is your perception, is your point of view, is what about you and what you have to say going to be different to make someone fucking notice? What is the meaning behind your work? Why did you make that? And if you can't start making and creating in that way, you're not doing it right. You're literally becoming an artist for the wrong reasons. That is, to me, the definition of being a sellout. When you're not being true to yourself, you're not making content for your own, you're just making content for the sake of content. And when you do that, you're not going to grow and you're not going to retain an audience and no one's going to fucking notice because so many other people are doing that too because they don't have original thought. So with this class, at least, starting tomorrow with my 30-day Instagram challenge, well, technically 29 now, but that's okay because I took 31st off for not Christmas, but Halloween. We're going to be able to go through all of the strategies, all the things you need to do step by step, week by week, while you're still able to post consistently so that way you can feel good and know that you're doing stuff in the right direction because you have a strategy behind it. You're not just stabbing in the dark and hoping this time maybe it'll work. Okay. So passionate. So passionate. Okay, scrolling up. Now we are going to do Danger Tam. Danger Tam, Danger Tam. We're going to do some danger. I'm going to follow you. Boop. All right. Danger Tam, Danger Tam. We're going to look at Danger Tam. Murder. I like how he's like totally cross-eyed. I'm sorry. It's really, I'm assuming it's supposed to be funny. If it's not, I'm such a huge dick. Okay, good. There's a dick here. Okay, good. It's on purpose. It's funny on purpose. Okay, great. If you're in New York next week, I'll be roaming around on Thursday carrying these stickers. Say hi and I'll give you one. So even though I can tell that you've made this before, like it's on a pillow down here. I'm assuming, there it is again. Again, always try to come up with a new narrative around a piece that you're reposting. And if you are, it is a picture of a sticker. Instead of you just taking a picture of a sticker on a table, like you should have like actually stuck it to like a sketchbook or like a wall or a stop sign or something. So that way, not only does it give it context, very clear context, this is a motherfucking sticker, but also it gives us an idea of the size of the sticker, especially if you put something like a pencil or an eraser to it. When we do this in photography, we're not just doing it for staging because it looks nice and it takes up the negative space in the photography. We also do it so that way people have an idea of the size. That's why it's good to put common objects in a photo that's staged, so that way you really fully understand as the consumer what you can expect. So that way, if in the image it's very clear it's a sticker, then you don't need to talk about so much that it's a sticker in the description. That's the main purpose. So instead, like every single time you post this murder cat, you have to tell me like what it's from, because this could be from a popular meme, I don't know, and now I feel like I'm missing out on some inside joke. So definitely something to reiterate over and over again. Let's be allies. I already know what that is. Believe survivors. Awesome. Practicing my hand lettering number 7. Not the best caption, because your caption's like, hey, I practice lettering, but also believe survivors. When you do work like this, it's like for a cause that's bigger than yourself, it's best to not seem like a selfish asshole and talk about the cause before yourself. Because then you paint a picture of, hey, I'm practicing my lettering and I might as well like make it for this because other people are doing it too and I thought you might like it. Like, it comes off fake. So it's just something to keep in mind. I'm very specific when it comes to like doing anything political, anything in the news, anything about feminism, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, for example, when Women's Month came around, lots of people who never talked about feminism ever before started making stickers and enamel pins, and they were pretty much like capitalizing on the hype versus actually believing in the cause. And to me, and to very many others, that's very fucking obvious when you do that. And it's just more destructive than anything. You shouldn't believe in a cause because it just sounds good on a fucking t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to make art that actually makes a difference, and your message actually gets people thinking in a different way, not because it's the popular hashtag of the week. I'm sure that's not all that, I'm sure that wasn't your intention, or maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Sometimes we do shit like that, I get it, but just be very particular about how you're framing it, because you could be having the wrong impression, and I'd hate for anyone to do anything to hurt their brand. I've definitely done some things wrong in this subject, so that's what I'm speaking from experience. Like, so please learn from me, don't be me. I'm a peen, gents. I am the chode. I'm a batic. That's great. Okay, what else is in here? Let's do one more. Buy my Threadless stuff. Oh, it's just a really, it's just this. Looks like he's like karate chopping. Remember that episode of The Critic? Well, I opened up a Threadless store. Wow, completely two sentences that have nothing to do with each other. Remember that episode of The Critic? Well, I opened up a Threadless store. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like a train of thought. Link in bio. That's actually pretty funny. Holler if there's a design you want to see up there. Okay, cool. So if you ever, this is so cute though. I feel like this would have been better if this was like a slideshow post. Slideshows, guys, are so fucking awesome for Instagram, because I don't know if you've noticed this. So if someone posts a slideshow in their feed, they'll initially show you the first slide. But let's say that user just scrolls past it. They're actually going to show you that slide again, but they're going to show you a different slide in it. So it's actually giving you a second opportunity to reach people who are already following you. So actually using the slide feature is actually really helpful, especially if you're just doing something like, here's a print, here's a zoomed in version of that print. Like literally just doing that. Or here's the final, here's the process shot. Here's the final, here's it on a pillow. Like, it definitely makes sense to upload multiple images at the same time in the same post, because it does help you in terms of engagement. So some tips to help you out, my friends. Makes sense. I have a grouping of drawings called Working on My Hand Lettering that's all about political moments. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Too subtle. I missed The Critic though. Buy my book. That was my train of thought. No, I know, I figured. It was just funny. It's like, do this, but also I opened a Threadless. It's just funny. You have to connect it. I do the same thing, but I have to edit myself and like try to do like a roundabout thing. And you'll look at some of my past posts and I'm like reaching a little bit, but I do my best to have it make as much sense as possible. Giant to-do list when I come home from work. Yeah, Sophie. Just imagine if you took the class. Just imagine if you guys just click this. If you guys just click this link right here and sign up for my class. Just imagine all of the possibilities. And also keep in mind, I'm just gonna say it. So most people who do online courses, they'll sell it for around $250, right? And for that, you get to watch a series of videos that have already been created, and you can watch them whenever you want. Sometimes there'll be some moments where you can get, feedback from the teacher, but not always. What I'm offering is the same class, $250, but instead it's only limited to 50 students, and it'll probably end up being a lot less than that just based on today's numbers, and which is I'm totally fine with. It just means it'll be a better class. Also, you get it live streamed, so that way you get to hang out with me and the other students, and it's more private. Also, you're getting personalized feedback. So like literally when you come to class, we spend an hour every single time. We meet up twice a week for 4 hours a week. We have 1 hour of lecture, 1 hour of critique where we go through the class's work. I literally look at what you've been posting that week. Are your hashtags okay? What are your captions? How could you improve this post? So that you're constantly getting better, while you're also getting like Instagram strategies and tutorials throughout the month to keep you busy, and most importantly, figuring out how to use Instagram in a way that isn't going to rack your brain for content, where you can easily post every single day or at a minimum of 3 times a week, pretty simply by just following some of these ideas and tips of like posting more process, showing lifestyle, and actually figuring out who you want to attract That's the biggest issue. And during tomorrow's class, that's the first thing we're getting into is what are you fucking trying to do with your Instagram? How are you wanting to get paid? Even if you're just trying to grow a following right now, there eventually is going to be a strategy, right? You might want to sell products. You might sell, educational resources. You just want to get clients. Maybe you want to get on the convention circuit, or you want to get published or something like that. Whatever that goal is, it's so much easier to attract followers and you know what that goal is and you're being strategic about how to actually get it versus just being like, I'm just making stuff and kind of talking about it and maybe someone out there will like it. Like, that's not a strategy. This is an advertising platform, right? Especially if you're trying to take it more seriously as a professional. So things to keep in mind. Just so like straightforward. And then other times I'm like, let's talk about dirty things. And it's very back and forth. All right. It was a long walk to the joke, I figured. Thanks so much. This is all incredibly amazing. So excited for the class. Yes. Imagine. Okay, who is next? What are we doing? All right, next up is Studio Dodge. She's so funny. I look at your Instagram every 2 weeks. She's like, I want another one. I want another audit, Dina. So Danny Dodge is currently doing not one-on-one coaching, but group coaching with me over at Women of Illustration Patreon. For those of you who don't know, I do have a web series called Women of Illustration. It's on YouTube right now on this very channel that you are watching. And you can go ahead and check out interviews with other women, just talking about all of the things that suck about being a designer and learning from all the things that we've totally fucked up in our careers so you don't have to. Just so you know, Danny Dodge is really into vulvas and feminist art. So if you have a problem with things that kind of look like a vagina, you may want to avoid the screen for a little bit. Okay, Studio Dodge. All the things she's doing right. She's got her full name. She's got a great photo of herself. Watercolors and comics with a feminist flair. Boom. I know the mediums you use. I know what to hire you for, and I know the subject matters that you go for. Perfect. Creator of 1,000 Vaginas and Cactus Cat. One thing you might want to change this to is creator of 100 Vaginas project or series, because it does seem a little weird and out of place to be like creator of 100 vaginas. Like, I created 100 vaginas, guys. It just sounds a little weird. You just might want to add series or something in there. And Cactus Cat Origins. And again, if you have enough characters, it might make sense to put plus comic, or like the Cactus Cat comic, versus saying Cactus Cat Origins, which I know is the name of the book. But it might be better for like space sake to say comics. God, I can't say words. I'm talking too long. Cactus Cat comic. And then want to hire me, DM for a project commissioner quote. Perfect. She went ahead and she made her own landing page, which is really, really smart. So the things you guys have been seeing before is link in bio. It's functionality that you get when you use a program called Later, which is a social media scheduler. It's what I use to schedule all my social media posts, so that way I can do my hashtag research and have my captions ready. I think it's always a good idea when you're planning your content ahead of time, because that's really the only way to write good captions. It's almost impossible to like do it natively in the app, I find. But for those of you who, I think it's like $30 a month, you don't want to pay for it, or you're just not at that phase yet, you could totally just make your own landing page using Squarespace or WordPress or any other, build it, do it yourself kind of website. So what Danny did is we were on her website, studiododge.com. She has a landing page that's just /Insta, and boom, it says shop, Patreon, commissions, Redbubble. She's doing the exact same thing, so that way she's kind of going around and navigating around the fact that you can only have one link for Instagram. My only thing is, what I'm going to say is, what am I going to find in the shop? Why am I supporting you on Patreon? What kind of commissions do you do? And what do you want me to find at Redbubble? Is it mostly for the t-shirts or is it for the prints? So just be more specific, because it is a landing page that you're making on your own website. What would be the best thing would just have an image, like have an example of something you have in the shop, have a little blurb, and then have a button versus just having buttons. But you knew that, didn't you? All right. Let's see how she's doing lately with her past 3 posts. She's got this abstract vulva, sending out some good Monday vibes to everyone. Let's put a little more love out there for down there. To set us up for an awesome week. See, if you deleted this whole thing, because I actually really, really hate day-specific posts where the posts aren't themselves about a day of the week. So saying like sending out Monday vibes, this to me is not engaging. It doesn't get engaging until let's put a little bit more love out there for down there. That is such an amazing title. Like, I wish if you just deleted this would have gotten more attention, I feel like. So something to keep in mind. All right. She did an animation. I was super proud of her. I'm a warm mug girl. I'm a real boy. Anyone else love mug and sweatshirt weather? I mean, everyone. Except for crazy people. I drink lots of coffee and I love it. Sound like such a basic bitch when you say this. I go for the basic bitch crowd all the time. Okay. I had a pumpkin latte today from Starbucks. Not ashamed. Okay, but I'm also just a big fan of warm bevs and mugs. So I'm having such a hard time reading this. What are your fall drinks of choice? I had fun tagging friends celebrating coffee yesterday. See, I feel like you could have done this as a call to action instead. So you go on the bottom, tag me Studio Dodge and any shares, please. I think this could have been better if you would have said something like, share this on your stories if you love mug and sweatshirt weather, versus saying anyone else out there love mug and sweatshirt weather. Because then it's like, what's the action? People are very unlikely to like, comment, look at your bio, and click on the link. More than likely, they're going to do one of those actions. So what is the most important action you want them to take? Typically, if you don't tell them to do anything, the native response is like. But if you do want them to share it, then that needs to be, if you actually have a call to action that is for them to do something, aside from just liking it, you have to put it at the beginning of your caption, just in case people didn't hit the read more and they just scrolled past it. So, and also there is this really cool functionality now that you guys can do, and I mentioned this on social media this week, which I thought was fucking so cool, because Instagram is such an amazing platform, and I think it's the most important for artists, but it doesn't have very good viability. And what that means is it's really hard to share other people's content on Instagram. For example, Facebook, I can just hit a share button, boom, it's on my profile. I can retweet, right? But on Instagram, you can't really do that. You have to use a third-party app for the most part to repost other people's content in your grid. But now, thanks to stories, the story functionality of Instagram, you can very easily hit the little paper plane icon. You can't see it on my desktop, but it's on your phone, and hit share to stories, and boom, you can share other people's artwork in your stories. This is great. And also, as an artist, if you want to check who went ahead and reposted and shared it in their stories, because when someone just shares anything from your bio, you don't actually get a notification unless they also tag you, which is really stupid, but that's just the functionality for now. So if you click three dots and someone has shared your image, you'll see a button that says show shared stories or something like that, and then you'll go to a page and you'll see everyone who posted it. And it's really, really cool. This is new functionality that just got released in the past 2 weeks. So definitely check out your grid, hit the three dots on your post and see if that button shows up and how many people reposted it. This is really great to do at the end of the day, especially because then if people did share it, you can reach out to them, send them a little DM thank you video. That's what I like to do. I personally hate typing. I always send video DMs, and I feel like it is such a cooler thing to do personally. So something to keep in mind. Thank you guys for sticking with me. We're going to be doing this for another 30 minutes. So if you came in late and I don't get to your username, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But if you join the class, I'll get to you every week. I got you. So impressed my grammar went out the window. I'm a real boy. Yeah. I'm so tempted to join your class, but I'm just worried I won't be involved this month because October is so freaking busy. But if you raise the price after this class, I may not be able to do it later. Yeah, Susanna. We're still going back and forth on what we're going to be doing. I think what might end up happening, no matter what, though, next month, if we do offer this class again, it's going to be more expensive. I don't know by how much. I was thinking double, but now I think it's just going to probably go up in increments of like $50 or $100, because I definitely am a big fan of rewarding loyalty. So whoever is already currently following me and wants to participate in any new product releases that I offer, I always have a startup discount for every product I release. That's just part of my brand. So definitely the next time this course is available, it is going to be more expensive. So just a heads up, no matter what, with everything I make. But keep in mind, the good news about this course is you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You can do things that fit your schedule. There's a lot of people taking this class that are older, that have a family to support, that are stay-at-home moms, that have other responsibilities and day jobs. So not everyone can be like, I'm going to post every single day and I'm going to show up to every single class. No. We have to be realistic. People have other things to do. Are you going to get the most out of the class if you do show up to every class? Of course. But the good news is, if you miss a class, it's going to be recorded. You can go back and watch it whenever you want, even after the class is over. And not on Patreon, but I'll give you links at the end of the class for all that good stuff. You still have access to Discord, so you can share your work and get critiqued by the other members of the community. But you can only get critiqued by me personally during the live streams. So it's just like going to university. You get out of it what you make it. There's tons of people who have graduated from college and found a great job and really did well from it. But then there's other people who took it really seriously. They showed up early to class. They showed up on time. They were an overachiever. They fucking killed on every project. They really, really tried hard and they benefited because of it. So either way, you're going to get something positive out of taking any form of this course. But of course, you're only going to get what you put in, just like anything else. Okay, Danny. Okay. Let's just all look at this lifestyle. Let's just look at this amazing lifestyle photo that she took of herself. I've met Danny twice. She's awesome. She's in Seattle, so she's driven out to see me a few times. This is great. This is a great, like, lifestyle shot. Like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a big fan of people who do lifestyle photography of themselves, where it's not just constant selfies that you took yourself, where you actually have to, like, you have a background and I can see where you are and what you're doing, what you're interacting with, versus just being like, look how cute my makeup is today. Like, it says something a little bit different about you as well. So I think this is a perfect example of lifestyle photography. That's me, the lady behind all the art here. How's the weekend been so far? I've been finding most of my weekends have been very busy recently. This is like a journal post. Today I had some time to relax, clean up, get reorganized, stuff I take for granted. Sorry, I know how she talks, so I'm like using her cadence as I talk. I can't forget about me in the whirlwind sometimes. Anywho, my sister. I can't finish reading this. Okay, so I think the photo is great. Studio, Danny. But again, this reads a little bit too like live journal-y to me. I think if you would have been like, you could have had a little more fun with this piece. You could have had like a caption contest, because it's kind of funny in a way, because you're like so obviously like perfectly looking away on the shore by this ocean. It's just really funny. I think you could have had a little fun with it because you're so funny in real life. Or like if you started this with like the most unexpected place, I caught some Pokemon. Like, that's so much more interesting than saying, that's me, the lady behind the art here. You know what I mean? Because again, you want to judge people's reactions when they're seeing this in their feed. If I'm at your profile and I clicked it, it makes sense. But if I saw it in my feed, just naturally come up chronologically, or whatever the fucking algorithm did that day, it wouldn't make as much sense. So things to keep in mind. My sister took that. What days will the live streams be held? So this week it's going to be Tuesday and Thursday, but from now on, starting next week, it'll be Monday and Thursday. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Twice a week. All right. That's all you get, Danny. We're done. I'm done with you. All right. Who's next? We could probably do 3 more people. So where am I at? Okay. Okay, right now, I've just caught up to people who put their usernames when the live stream started. So next up is Hey Danico. Hey Danico. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey there, Danico. Hi, Dina. What's up, Sean? How are you? I was worried people thought I had my hand in my pants. Oh, I didn't even look at that. Thank you, Sensei. You're welcome. Lavish Designs now, please. You didn't get here early. I'm probably not going to get to you. Take the class. You get free stuff if you are on it. And hey, guys, I do offer plenty of free stuff if you're like, Dina, I understand what you have to say is valuable. I would love to take your course. I don't got fucking money. I'm poor. I'm getting ready for Christmas. Bitch, I ain't got that kind of cash. I get you. Don't worry about it. I offer tons of free stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as this course, but if you follow me on Instagram, @Lettershop with 2 P's and an E, like an old ice cream parlor, I impart advice all the fucking time during like Instagram live streams, in my posts themselves, in stories, all the things. I give a lot of free advice on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/lettershop, I have free articles that you can get. And then you get a little stuff if you just pay $1. So there's definitely more affordable ways I can teach you stuff. So just keep that in mind as well. So no one feel bad. Because, yeah. Money's tough. I feel you. Okay, this is the cutest Instagram, though. Can we just look at this? Can we just look at this? This color palette. Do you see how easy and beautiful this is to look at? Let's just scroll down for a while. Let's just bask in the glory of her Instagram profile right now. Look at this. Doesn't this just ooze professionalism and sexy? All the things. All the things. Ah, there's people that know each other. What's up? It's so pretty. Okay. Danny, #illustrator. Super cute shit. Harry Potter, Texas. All you need to know about her. Done. Currently working on Mab's Draw Halloween Club. Cool, available freelance work. Okay. What kind of illustrator are you? What kind of super cute shit do you make? Do you make Harry Potter fan art? Is there a lot of Harry Potter fan art on here? Book nerd? Harry Potter-esque fan art right there. Okay. More Harry Potter. Okay, I see more Harry Potter fan art. More? Okay. All right, I've seen 6 examples. You can have Harry Potter. Just put Harry Potter fan art for me. Just do that for me. Okay. So I click on this. What do you offer? Like, how do I give you money? Do you make products? Ooh, you got a Patreon too? What does your Patreon? What is it? What do you do? What do you offer on Patreon? I'm excited. I'm going to become a patron right now. Yeah, that's right. I just want to give you $1. Here's $1. Let me give you $1. Confirm. Don't look at my Visa number, you fuckers. Don't you look at it. Okay, so Etsy portfolio. So same thing. I definitely recommend being like, why would I follow you on Patreon? What can I buy on Etsy? What am I looking at in your portfolio? Oh my god! Oh, bless, your pledge has warmed my heart. Thank you so much for wanting to be my friend. This is great. I do think it's great to give people like a little extra something. So next time you have a thank you message, put like a free wallpaper or something in here. Or like, here's a free Photoshop file that you guys can see how I do my layers in Photoshop or something like that. Like, give me a little extra. Give me a little something. Okay. Patreon is new, so I don't offer much. Oh, that's right. Okay. So definitely need to update your bio. I don't know what you offer. Be more specific. What am I going to buy on Etsy? If your main thing is trying to get people to go to Etsy, I feel like it should be really, really predominant. And it should say Etsy somewhere. Okay. Witch. I like it. I love it. Witch plus Moon, day 1. I'm so excited and nervous. I know that my traditional skills need some work. Blah, 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 blah. I was listening to Lettershop. What the fuck, you guys? I get so many comments. I miss all of these tags. And from now on, if any of you guys mention me in your descriptions, first of all, thank you. Second of all, just tag me in the photo because I get so many comments a day that I miss out on this shit. And now, like, you guys are here and I'm looking at your stuff and I'm like, ooh, I'm like embarrassed that I didn't see this before and I hate this. Okay. Lettershop. I was listening to Lettershop on YouTube while I painted this. Oh, right. You sent a story. Lots of good advice for artists. Aw. Thanks for the love. Okay, I feel like I can't judge this piece now. Yes. Look how smart this girl is. Boom. Slider. Boom. Slider. Boom. Yes. Oh my god, Danica, you're so smart. Look at that fat jiggle. That's how excited I am about this content. Okay. Yes. Okay, this is what we call an Instagram ad. Are we excited? Let's talk about Instagram ads. Okay. Yes. Okay. So people on Patreon that are like really serious, what they'll do is every single time they post a piece of content on the gram, they'll add a slide and there'll be like this little ad. The ad could be like, follow me on Patreon. It could be new products on Etsy. It could be like new video on YouTube or whatever. But because Instagram doesn't always let you have links, that's what I think about Instagram. And because you have to repeat yourself so often, this is such a non-intrusive way to advertise it and remind people that you have a Patreon. So very good on you. Good on you. The only issue I have with this though is it's really currently very large on my screen, but if I was looking at this on my phone, because of how light that text is, like for extra content and behind the scenes look, I'm kind of worried that you wouldn't be able to read it enough. I feel like it'd be way better if everything was dark, or like there's just a little bit more contrast. That's the only thing. Okay, let me look at some other stuff. Painted some little pumpkin buddies in order to get used to my new paints. Okay, so like a better title for this could have been like, so when you're writing captions, you want to be thinking, I want to be able to entertain, engage, or educate. Those are your options. Entertain, engage, or educate. Entertain being like, it's a joke. It's funny. I have a reaction. I'm sad. I'm happy. Something that's entertaining. It's like television, right? Educational has been like, which I think this would have been a great one. I painted some little pumpkin using new paints. Talk about the paints. Talk about what issues you have with the paints. What advice could you give to other people that have never used these paints for the first time, right? And then we have engage. This is usually typically a call to action caption. Call to action caption. Where you're like, hey, tag a friend that this reminds you of, or you have a contest, or you're asking a question, or it's like, hey, what should I put in the background? Stars or candy? You know, something like that. That is an example of an engaged caption. So typically, if you're not doing one of these three things, you're doing it wrong. It's going to read more as like a journal entry than an actual post. Again, you need to be writing captions that are like, have a header and a title, just like an email newsletter would. Because your work is so fucking good. This is so beautiful. It's so it's so perfectly done. It's really just working on chopping up those marketing skills just like a little bit, just like really finely. Like there's a big difference between like really like hacking an onion to like fine chopped chef like fucking motions of attack, right? That's what I want you to think of your Instagram as, like just a little bit more intentional. But sometimes you just don't know the stuff. This is so cute though. Green thumb. Thumb of death. Follow me on Patreon. Like, I love it. Okay. Never knew what other people meant when they said they were too busy for personal work, but now I do. That's great. That's one. I mean, I could make some time for it, but instead I've been using free time to just do fun, relaxing things. It's nice. Those little buggers were created around the idea that I cannot keep plants alive. See, I feel like if you would have reversed these two paragraphs, it would have been better. Like, these two little buggers were created around... Like, if you went ahead and started it with, I cannot keep plants alive, would have been such a good caption. And then you could have said something like, put a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What kind of green thumb do you have? Like, you could have so easily, like, made the conversation about that, because since you already did a thumbs up and a thumbs down, fucking, like, emoji, like, fucking image. So I definitely think this is something you should repost and try again. Just giving you guys examples. Okay, here we go. Book nerd. Oh, there's no contrast in this. Damn it. Oh no. Yeah, you over color corrected these. I hate when that happens. I don't know what program you use. There's this one. So the one that a lot of people use is VSCO. It's like VSCO. You can download it in any app store, Android or for Apple. And then there's this other one called Snapseed. Snapseed is the fucking shit. I love it so much. I'll tell you why. Okay, you ready? So Snapseed lets you pick places to add light. So instead of you just like adding a wash or a filter to your entire image, you could just choose what pieces need more contrast and stuff. It's fucking amazing. It's so great. I love it so much. So that you can edit something on your phone without having to open up Photoshop. So in this case, this could have been something that you could have done. Oh wait, I hit the wrong arrow. Just kidding. Because I really want to be able to see your stickers and your pins really clearly. You know what I mean? So like, because like it's so washed out, I can't really focus on what's supposed to be the focal point of the image. So just things to keep in mind. My one hope is that someday we will get all of the outtakes and blurbs in a compilation video. Maybe. Let's do it. I got that idea from your YouTube videos. I figured. I'm glad that you did it. Opportunity missed on that caption. This is why I need your class. Take my class. I recently downloaded Lightroom CC for mobile. Ooh, how is it? Do you like it, Erica? Do you like Lightroom CC? Does it work for you? Okay, sorry. I'm like really happy to talk to you. This is such a cute post. Look how cute you are with your pink hair. Post more pictures of yourself. If your hair matches the color theme of your Instagram, post more pictures of yourself. Like, even if it's just like you holding up what you made, like do that. Like put yourself with your artwork. But hey, you have this one photo. That's all. You're off to a good start. I just need more you in here. That's all. I just need a little bit more you. Yeah, your work's great. I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking about it. All right, I think we probably have time for like 2 more. So we're gonna do Jordan McDowell. And the good news is I'm going over a lot of the same topics. So like hopefully if I didn't get a chance to get to your Instagram to review it, that you've learned something just by hanging out during today's live stream. What? And Priestess as well? You're my angel! Sorry, that's how I imagine Danny is talking. Jordan, yes! Official girl taking my class. Alright, so she's got a cute little picture of herself. I can't fully tell what's in your mouth. I'm assuming it's a popsicle. It looks like kind of like a bloody phallic thing. So just a heads up. Alright, Jordan McDowell illustration, cool. Watercolor illustrations, watercolor and wine workshops. Book classes below. Prints on sale on Etsy. Open for art licensing and commissions and editorials. All right, you have a little bit too many call to actions here. There's too many call to actions. It's too much. It's too many. Suspense. Dear darling. She's like, please get to mine. All right. So I think if we did this like, it's like whatever you think is the most predominant, like watercolor illustrations, watercolor illustration workshops, like watercolor illustrations, workshops, and prints on sale at Etsy. Like that's such a more, instead of doing it this bullet way, because I feel like it's not really helping you. Because I feel like you could all fit in one sentence. So again, watercolor illustrations, workshops, and prints on Etsy as like a paragraph. And then if there's anything else that comes up, like a new sale or like save 10% off now by shopping today or something like that, you could still add that text. I just think you could condense this a little bit better without being so repetitive. And then having like open for art licensing, commissions, and editorials. I like that. So I think we could just make it a little bit cleaner. All right, let's look at this mushroom piece. All right, cool. Great example of showing like the materials you used when you're using it. Inktober is upon us. For my Inktober, I'll be doing my own prompt of various foods, mostly because I haven't. Oh, you misspelled haven't. Really been drawn. That's okay. I misspell things all the time. Drawn to any of the prompts out there, and it's something I want to practice anyways. Cool. I'd also like to practice my calligraphy. Blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping to use some of these illustrations. Okay, so a better title for this is something like why I'm doing my own prompt for Inktober. It's like that's all I'm literally doing. Like I'm just thinking of article-like headlines for your captions. It's not like I'm lying about what people can find in the content. It's really just framing in a way that's more interesting. And then you got hashtags. Ooh, she's tagging people. She's been listening to my live streams. Okay, this is great. The only thing is, hold on. Yes, I'm counting them. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 17, 28, 29. Oh, okay, so you have 29. Just look if there's more than 30 tags. I just want to make sure. If you use more than 30 tags, none of them work. Haha, doesn't that suck? Never use more than 30 tags. Okay, so you use 29 tags according to my calculations, and you've tagged 3 people. And you tag them in the photo. Cool, this is very smart. So if there's like a product that you use, like a material or something, you want to mention them both. You want to tag them in the photo, and obviously you want to, do it in the description as well. And then something that I've been doing lately is like, for example, I just made this piece about anxiety. So what I went ahead and did is I just looked up the hashtag anxiety and found out what predominant curated pages were around, creating and gathering content around how to get over anxiety, how to deal with anxiety, how to feel like you're less alone having anxiety, those types of things. And then I went ahead and I used their, hashtags that they asked people to use in order for them to get credited and featured. I tag them in the caption, I tag them in the photo, and then what I'll also do is I'll send them a DM and I'll send them the piece just because you miss it, especially if people are using that tag a lot. You never know. And then I'll go ahead and I'll DM them like maybe an hour or two after I posted, once I've gotten a couple of likes, just so that way I have a little bit of that social proof to help me as well. Like 5 likes is better than 0 likes. That's what I'm saying here. And I send them and I share that image to their stories or shoot their DM, and then I go, hey, this is the piece I made today around my own personal, issues with anxiety, and it did really well on my account. And I noticed that you post similar, kinds of pieces on your account. I was just wondering if you might be willing to repost this. So when you're asking for someone for a favor, you definitely don't want to just send an image and not ask for anything, or just be like, can I repost please? Because that's not very personal. Like, can you imagine just going up to a stranger and showing them your art and being like, can you repost this? That would be so weird and creepy. Like, you would never do it that way. It's kind of like, can I get your number, girl? Like, who the fuck are you, weirdo? Like, no. You gotta kind of ease into it, like, hey, I'm Dina. I'm a hand lettering artist in Portland. I've been following your account, or I just recently discovered your account. Definitely like do a little like stalking if you're really doing the long game hustle of like following them beforehand, commenting on their stuff. Let them get familiar with your face and then reach out and ask for the favor. And don't just be like, hey, it's me, can I have a repost? No. Talk about things like, hey, this is in the same color palette, or this is the same theme, or this is the same subject matter that you post. This posted well in my account, so I think it'll do well in yours. And don't just assume they're going to repost it. And then if they don't get back to you, it's okay to follow up because they probably didn't fucking see it in the first place. And a lot of these curated spaces, especially for artists, will just have an email and you just like submit it online. And then sometimes you have to pay like $20 or whatever. But the good news is that kind of advertising does work a lot better than like giving Facebook or Instagram $20 to like promote one of your pieces. So lots of other stuff we're going to get into is how to get reposted, how to do influencer marketing, like with just 1,000 followers, how to get paid to actually post things on Instagram while also just doing whatever the fuck you want. Like, so many good things. Yes! I've done that with vagina-related accounts, and I've gotten a handful of reposts that way. Yes! Snapseed is really sweet. I'm definitely a big fan. Okay. Let's look at a few more pieces. I have not been sleeping well this week at all. Will has been away all week long. You always have to be like, Will, my husband, Will, my boyfriend. I do the same thing. Like, Rick, my editor, Rick, my fiance. Just so we know who he is. Is Will your dog? Your son? I don't know who it is. But there's something done consistently through wee hours just to get going painting. Again, yeah, you're talking too much like it's a journal entry. Like, if you just went like, I was lonely and made this at 3 a.m. is so much more of an interesting caption than saying, I have not been sleeping well this week at all. Like, being able to, like, what would make me click on this type of thing? All right, let's look at this one. All right, you're doing, as far as I can tell, you're doing the hashtags and mentions really well. All right, guys. Never start something with, hi, guys, or all right, guys, listen, guys, news, guys. I'm like, don't do that. I've been working on some loose florals to develop for my blank greeting cards coming soon. Okay, I haven't really posted process video. What I should skip my work, let me know. Okay, so you're asking your audience how to do your job. Ooh, that's not good. Like, I haven't really posted a process video of what I do once I scan my work. Let me know. Oh, you're asking people. This is not grammatically correct. You're not, okay, so you're asking people if they would be interested in a time-lapse video. That took me like 3 times. That could be because I've been talking for a long time. I don't know. So something that could have been cool for this piece, a couple options. Hey guys, would you be interested in me doing greeting cards? Or hey guys, or sorry, no hey guys. Which of these pieces should be my first greeting card? So that way you're like trying to get like comments of like, no, like, do you want the roses or do you want the whatever the other flower is or whatever? That could have been really helpful. I think that would have been like more of an obvious thing to say versus saying like, would you guys be interested in a time-lapse video? Those kinds of comments, like, you really just want to like try it and see if it does well, because video actually used to do really well on Instagram, but now static images do better than video. Just a heads up, they do 10% better. Aha, hello fellows, what's up Haley? Wrapping up. All right, so for the most part your Instagram's hella cute. You want to get in the habit of just like checkerboarding this a little bit better. Like, I feel like if these weren't all 3 in a row, they'd be really good fillers. Like, if you had each one of these sandwiched between these finished or somewhat finished pieces, I think it would have been a nice amount of contrast. Like, okay, here's my color palette. All right, here's the final piece. Here's a picture of myself. Here's the finished piece. So that way your eye just gets to bounce around in a really nice, pleasing way. It's kind of like, think of your Instagram as like how you would lay out a magazine type of thing. It's just, you have to plan for what kind of content am I going to make and in what order am I going to make that content so it'll look really nice and visually pleasing on my grid. Which we'll be going over all in the class. Blats! Don't be upset! I love when people are like, I hate it when you do things for free, but you don't do it enough. When people are like, you didn't do the thing for free that I didn't pay for. I'm so mad. It's like, you can't get mad at something that's free. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. The people that haven't gone yet, we're gonna do a fire round before we leave. We have 10 minutes, well, technically 12 minutes left of the stream. I'm gonna look at as many people's stuff that I can in the next 12 minutes. I'm gonna look at your account and I'm gonna say one thing to help you. Just one thing. All right, you ready? Start the timers. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay. First person up, Nikki Dale. Nikki, you get one. You get one piece of advice. Bone collector sounds creepy. Don't say bone collector. Do you actually have bones? Do you show bones? Then don't talk about bones on your profile. That's weird. Don't say interested in branding and web design work. Say specializes in brand and web design work. Interested in sounds like you're an aspiring designer, not an actual designer. Speed round. I'm seeing like collages and illustration. Again, checkerboard, like instead of doing this series all in a row, like checkerboard it with other pieces. Except for when you do this is fucking awesome. Love your pattern work. Your aesthetic is so pretty. Show me more process posts. Never take a picture of your computer, ever. It always looks weird. Taking a picture of an iPad is okay, but taking a picture of your screen is weird. Just take a screenshot. Okay, next up, we're looking at Emily's. I've already looked at Emily's work, but we'll give her a quick review because I just hung out with her last week. We got Emily. Justin, Emily exploring the universe. That's dumb. Take that immediately off of your thing. That doesn't help me at all. No! I didn't mean to click that, sorry. Okay, so instead of using hashtags, letting you cut all this stuff, just use those words in like a proper sentence in your bio. Update from a personal account to a business account. So that way your location just shows up. You don't have to waste space in your bio to say that you're from Portland. Post more shots like this of you actually like physically holding a piece. Even if you did a photo shoot, right? Like with your boyfriend or whatever, you took a bunch of different kinds of photos that day, just start to sprinkle them in there just so you have a nice amount of product photography. Try to stay away from using filters like this that actually make it harder to read your artwork. I know you're doing it for like a theme or like a look of your Instagram. Do not do this. Instead, where there's like highlights or lens flares or whatever, just use like similar colors or use similar filters. Don't do this highlight thing, especially on product photography. Product photography should always be really, really, really clear, because you want people to get a really nice sense of the exact colors and the exact line work and all of the beautiful details that you have in your work. I want to show off in the product photography. Okay, so start with the call to action. Instead of saying printing some thank you cards to go with Etsy orders, you should say 25% off until Friday with the code thanks. Printing some cards for that you reverse the order. Always have the call to action first. All right, next up, Susanna Crane illustration. We're doing fire round. Fire round. All right, Susanna, illustrator in Boone, North Carolina, MFA candidate at Savannah College of Art and Design, open for commissions. Okay, so just be specific on what kind of commissions. Hand-painted commissions. Is there a certain size that you always do, like 5x7s or 8.5 by 11s or whatever? Are they shipped? Are they digital? Give me some little bit more of information, just because knowing where you go to college isn't necessarily helpful, although it's disappointing to hear that considering of how much money you probably spent on it. Like if I were to write bachelor's in digital arts and design, that wouldn't be as helpful to my account than saying illustrator and hand lettering artist. So just as an example. Okay, let's look at some of your stuff. This one's really visually engaging. Drew this editor. Don't say drew this or I draw this today or look at what I made or don't do that. Try to use a different way to talk about yourself. Yes. Okay. So you drew this for an editorial illustration for an article about opioid addiction. What you should have done is just immediately talked about the article. Just like whatever the title they use for the article, use that. Give them a little bit of a blurb, maybe the first paragraph from that article, or even better, go ahead and if this is actually existing, like whether or not you made this for your own blog or you did it as like a mock project or it is something real, make it feel real. Like put it actually, like take a screenshot of the article and put that in the slide, or make up a mock-up, like if this article does exist in real time, and replace that featured image with this featured image, that kind of thing, so it feels more real. And so like give me the first paragraph, the summary of the article, then talk about how you created this illustration for that piece and talk about how you made it and all that stuff. You always want to talk about the why, then the what. We're so quick to be like, how I made this, what is this, but we don't talk about why we made it in the first place. All right, click on one other image. Same example, been working on these illustrations. That I don't care. I don't care. Illustration for a collaboration with blah, 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 blah. Instead, talk about maybe your experience of collaborating with other artists, saying like the 10 things I learned collaborating with with a fellow student, and like mention them if they have an Instagram account or whatever. I think that would have been a little bit more interesting. Well, this is cool. She's like, that's her stank eye. That's just, she's like, ah, you're cute. You should come over here and buy me a drink. She's like, oh my God, I just saw you in the light. Get the fuck away from me. It's actually pretty funny. This is great. So it's just, again, like reframing your caption and talking about the why instead of the what, or just making it a little bit more interesting, like a headline of an article. Okay, next up. Where are we at? Typecast Court, you're next. Oh shit, we only got 8 minutes left. Let's do this. All right, Typecast Court. Courtney with Kirkpatrick. That's cool. Calligraphy, hand lettering, and assorted craftiness. Oh, God. Don't say that. No, just be specific. Calligraphy and hand lettering in Austin, Texas. Oh, it's so smooth, so clean, so perfect. When I'm not writing, I'm writing. That's funny. You can keep that. Okay. Again, what am I hiring you for? Lettering and calligraphy isn't as niche of a community as it used to be. Like when I first got started into it, you have to be like, if you do a lot of chalk art, talk about chalk art, talk about murals. If you're doing it for editorial, is it digital? What are the kind of clients you're trying to get? You have this really cool embroidered piece. Finishing up my royal needlework. Ooh. Again, it reads like a live journal type of post. I love using that example because that is the way we write captions, is like a journal entry. So for the most part, it's hard to get out of that habit. This picture is so engaging. I really love it. Then it's off to check when the crown is back for no particular reason. I feel like I didn't really learn anything about you with this piece. Finishing up your intro. Like, I don't know what this means. I feel like I had to be a follower in order to get what that post meant. So just be a little bit more descriptive. Reposts are great. You should find a way, though, to repost other people's work, or when they're talking about like you talking at an event or something, without having to show this. I just think it looks really ugly. And you're obviously going to tag them in both the photo and the description. So I kind of think it just like kind of gooks up your grid a little bit. Instead, you could use something like Preview or Later. Preview is free to download for both Android and Apple. And all you have to do is just copy the link from someone's Instagram, and then it'll go ahead and show up the image. It's really nice. Oh, hey, that's my back. Haha, wonder why this only got 54 likes. Please. Yeah, just to be like, hey, this is a repost from so-and-so for my class that I taught or something. Like, give me more information. The faster I go, like, the more no-nonsense I get. Basic embroidery skills. So you're doing embroidery. Why aren't you talking? Why isn't embroidery here? If that's something you're, like, really interested in, that's super fucking cool that you're making, add it. Add it into your bio. Maybe you could do some, like, crazy commercial work where you do like this really beautiful embroidered piece and it gets professionally photographed. So that way you get to get paid twice to not only design the illustration that gets embroidered, but to actually physically make the embroidered piece. That would be so cool. And you might be like, no one would hire me for that. Yes, they will. If you make art, you're going to get hired for the exact kind of art that you talk about and make. No matter how weird it is, no matter what the fuck, you might be like, no, there's no clients out there. There's a client out there. You believe me. My girl, Danny Dodge, is drawing vulvas, for God's sakes. Vulvas! And she's been getting hit up, and she's like starting to find more of a niche, and it's been really, really good for her. So, just saying, like, there is no niche too small. I think it's the basic aesthetic, and I could tell that maybe you're having every once in a while, I'm seeing like a lighting issue. When you have this like yellow hue to your work, this is like death. This is Instagram death. Don't do this. And I know a lot of people use a filter to purposefully make their art look this way. Ooh, no. So definitely always try to go on the cooler end of the spectrum. Definitely trying to make it look whiter, like really playing with the white balance in a way where it doesn't look dingy or old. Especially with things that have a white background or that are things that are photographed on paper. You always want to make sure things look very clean, because people, when they're looking at your Instagram, they think, when they see clean, they think professional. If you're able to, obviously there are exceptions to this rule, of course, but I'm just saying for the most part in this situation, it would make more sense. All right, we have time for one more person. Just drawing words. Just drawing words. You're the last critique of the day. During our fire round. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. These are adorable. I'm following you. Okay. Just drawing one word at a time. Created by Sonia Designs. All right. Okay. So you started a new lettering account. That's fine. I think that's totally fine. I would definitely include some keywords in here, like hand lettering, that kind of thing, typography. Those do help you. Highly recommend you start using those keywords. Again, let me know what you're trying to do with this account. Tell me, are you looking for commission work? Are you looking to be reposted? Are you looking for client work? Are you selling products? I hope you're selling products. These are adorable pieces. Just give me a little bit more information. So choose happiness. This is great. I want to click on this. This is cute. Oh, there's a slideshow. Oh, there's a time lapse. Oh, Procreate time-lapse hype. Love it. Okay. I choose happiness because it really is a choice. Who's with me? Aw. See, if you're going to go for like the short caption, I think something like this is fine. I really do. Especially, I'm sure this is an original piece, but especially when you're reposting it, I think short captions are fine. But I would prefer if this like had a little bit of a ... and then there was a story behind it. Like this was the caption. And then you gave me more information. Like, tell me about your personal struggle with trying to, stay happy, or a time where you didn't feel very motivated and what you did in order to feel better, or talk about your process making this, since you showed a time lapse. Like, what inspired this? Why did you make it all in rainbow colors? Why is it on a tan background? Why is it a girl raising her hand? Like, I see it, like, oh, who's with me? But it's like, just give me a little bit more stuff to fall in love with you, because your work already gets me there. Your work is like going to a bar and seeing a beautiful, attractive man or woman, whoever you're attracted to. And then the second you go up to them to talk to them, they say one thing and that's it. That's all they said. And you're like, I can't connect with you. This is awkward now. Like, it's the same fucking thing for Instagram. Just write a little bit better. A little bit more. Ooh, lots of blue. Aw, she did like a little series. Find yourself and be that for those who feel lost. Yeah, this is a great account. You're already writing really good caption titles, but I think if you're actually able to explore those topics a little bit, just write a little bit more, because Instagram is the new blog post. Definitely. What I like to do, because I know it's hard for people to write more, is I do type to talk. So I'll just put the little microphone. Again, I think planning your captions ahead of time is super important. It's really hard to be like witty and smart and like really cool, like on the spot. Like that's really hard to do. So definitely like doing type to talk. That way I can just get all the bullshit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to say. This is so weird. Well, I guess I really made this piece, and then you get into it and you can edit it. I find that's a lot easier when you're writing long form content and you feel a little awkward writing that much content. All right, guys, we did it. Damn. Before you go, can you talk about what the class is again? I still didn't get it, but I still like your work, no worries. Oh, I'm sorry that you didn't get it. That makes me sad. Okay, Sketch Dirt. Let me give you the download. Okay, so here, I'll flip it. Boop. All right, so this is Patreon. I offer all different kinds of stuff on Patreon, but today we launched a new course called Night School, and I will be doing different courses every month. So this month we're doing a 30-day Instagram challenge. So if I go to post on my Patreon, you are going to see so many stuffs. I like anytime I do a piece of artwork, I talk to the community. This is all free. A lot more of my not safe for work pieces go on here too, so that way Instagram doesn't get mad at me. But the post that has the most information about the course, I will show it to you. Did I pass it? I think I passed it. Here we go. Okay, so if you want to learn more about the course, you can get the full curriculum right here on this post. I got you. I'm at a loss for what to write in my bio. Emily, we're going to go over that lecture 2. So I got you, Emily. It's really easy to say what you're doing wrong, but it's hard to think of exact examples of what to write. So come this Thursday when we're doing lecture 2, we'll be able to go through everyone's captions and everyone's bios and really be able to like figure out what's the best thing to say for you and what you want. So if you go to this post, you'll see the full curriculum. Pretty much there's a lot of things that are included. You get community access to a private Discord group. So that way you and the other 50 students that are part of this class get to hang out, you get to talk, you get to exchange ideas, give each other critiques, stay accountable, ask questions. This is also the place where you'll be uploading some of your work if you want it to get critiqued before you post it. You get 8 hours worth of Instagram tutorials because we are going to be meeting for 4 hours a week with 1 hour of lecture and 1 hour of critique every single class. We're going to be meeting on Mondays and Thursdays. This week we're doing Tuesday and Thursday because Patreon was down for the majority of the day. So we still have plenty of spots open because Patreon, of course, had to be an asshole the day I launched my class for the first time. So I got a bunch of angry emails from people saying that it was down, like there was something I could do about it. But hey, we prolonged the sale. So you also get personalized feedback on art on social media. So it's going to be exactly like this format, guys. I'm going to go live. It's going to be a secret link on YouTube. You're going to be able to talk into the chat and on our private Discord group. We're going to be able to go through the lecture. I'm going to have slides. You're going to get copies of those slides. We're going to have examples. You're going to get copies of those examples because it's always the more examples you have for what to do, the easier it is to do it. Obviously, with all of this comes motivation and accountability to make a daily post. The entire point of this Instagram course is really to post every single day. My personal goal for myself in the next 30 days is to post twice daily because I already post daily, so I wanted to make it more of a challenge. Some people that could be, I think a minimum goal of posting 3 times a week is great. All the things we're going to be going over is lecture 1, prompt and niche. We're going to be going over who you need to be attracting on social media, what your audience looks like, and what kind of work you need to be doing for the next month in order for you to actually start to see growth and hopefully get paid. Lecture 2 is the profile makeover. This is when we're doing exactly what I just did all of during today's free live Instagram audit, really talking about how to best talk about yourself in your bio, what kind of pictures you need to be taking of yourself, what the overall grid is saying to your audience. Then we get into captions, like exactly how to write better. These are the things that I know everyone's like, these are how you write captions, but without having like direct examples, it can be a little bit harder. So being able to really dive deep into how to do better storytelling for Instagram. The things that I'm really excited about are the lecture 5 through 8, which I feel like are things that never get talked about during social media courses. These are things like how to get featured, how to get reposted on larger accounts, because this is the only way you can grow. This is how I was able to grow, literally double my following in just a few months because I was able to leverage my audience and actually get reposted. So I went from 10,000 followers to, almost 24 or 25,000 followers now in under 4 months, just from knowing how to talk to other pages, having a script that I use in order to get reposted, and knowing what kind of content I needed to be making in the first place in order to attract a larger audience instead of just other artists. We're going to be doing community outreach, how to actually retain your followers and have loyal fans versus just passive people who barely like your stuff. Influencer marketing, how you could both use influencer marketing to sell your own products and become an influencer yourself. And then obviously the last one is all about analytics and review. So you will need to establish a business Instagram account, or you're going to make this shit so much harder on yourself. So that way you actually have analytics to see what posted well, which one had the most likes and comments, what time of day you need to be posting, all of this good stuff. So you have all of the information you need in order to do more of what works. So that way, even after the class is over, you have shown growth, you're on the right path, and you can just keep on executing what you're already doing and be able to grow for the long haul. All the things. So definitely check out that link. I haven't been looking at my email at all. So if anyone signed up for the course while we were live, I don't know. I haven't been looking at it. I'm going to look at it right now. All right, that's what I thought. So no one has signed up. No one has signed up for my course since this live stream. That's okay. It's cool. So currently we have 15 students that are officially enrolled in the class. I was expecting 50. Don't worry about it. That just means that everyone's going to pay more money next round. That's really all it is. I'm going to be keeping sales open until the third lecture, which is going to be on October 8th. So if you need a little time to get some money together in order to sign up for the class, you have time to do that. And that way, if you do end up coming in late by the third lecture, it's not like you're so far behind that you can't easily catch up and binge those episodes. And then you can go ahead and hang out with us for the rest of the live class. So it's like a kind of nice medium, plenty of time to fill up the class. I will be doing this course again, but it will be for more money. That's how I do every single product that I make. It's always more affordable the first time, and the second time it's a little bit more expensive. And then the third time it's a little bit more expensive, even more. Just doing that way, so that way I can reward loyalty, because I don't personally believe in discounts, unless it's my birthday. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out during this live stream. I really like to do at least one free live stream every single month. I do live streams on a bi-weekly basis that are paid for my patrons. I do these courses. I make workbooks in case you guys are interested in learning more about hand lettering. I teach a new vintage style every month on this platform. So if you're not already, definitely go to the patreon.com/lettershop to check me out. You can even just, I just put pattern.com. You know the link, guys. Come on. I do also have free stuff, so if you want to just hit the follow button on Patreon, you can do that as well. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in and being amazing people and being cool about Patreon being such an asshole today and that no one could sign up for my class, but no worries. Class does start officially tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the 2nd of October at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm really excited to get started. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off the internet. I'm really excited to see ya. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye.